Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and hello and welcome to Biosciences with Shatareen Sawati. And I'm here to deliver the lecture from my biochemistry series, and I will discuss today the most important type of the lipids, which are derived lipid terpenes and terpenoids, as you can see here in the title. So must watch my lectures about the lipids. I have delivered a lecture about the triglycerides and phospholipids in detail, their medical uses, their classification, and many more. So today I am going to start and just give you the first brief introduction, then biosynthesis of the terpenes and terpenoids, then different types of the terpene and terpenoids in plants and animals. So must watch all my lectures and do subscribe my channel, like my videos, and share my videos. So now I am going to start my lecture. What are basically the terpenes? Terpenes are the simple organic compound and the largest and most diverse groups of naturally occurring compounds that are mostly found in plants, but larger classes of terpenes such as sterol and squalene can be found in animals. So I will discuss all the plants and animal terpenes one by one. They are responsible for its fragrance, taste, and pigmentations in the plants. The taste, the fragrance, and different colors of the plants, fruits, and many more are because of the terpenes and terpenoids. So terpenes are classified on the basis of organization and number of the isoprene unit it contains. As an isoprene unit is a building block of the terpenes, like the fatty acids are the building block of the all lipids, like triglycerides and phospholipids. Similarly, the amino acids are the building block of the protein. So just like that, isoprene unit is the building block of a terpene. That is gaseous hydrocarbon that contain the molecular formula C5H8. I will show you the molecular formula, molecular diagram. Okay, this is the molecular structure of the isoprene. You can see here the terpenes are hydrocarbon and represent the largest class of the secondary metabolites. They are secondary metabolites which are synthesized in the plants and usually do not contain nitrogen or sulfur in their structures metabolite. But must you keep it in your mind, they do not contain nitrogen or sulfur in their structure metabolite. As you can see, the isoprene unit, which consists of 5 carbon and 8 hydrogen. Okay, now terpenoids are terpenoids are derivatives of terpenes or modified terpenes. Most of the people are unable to distinguish between the terpenes and terpenoids. So I'm here giving you a brief introduction about that. What are terpenoids? They are derivatives of terpenes or modified terpenes, sometimes called isoperenoid, are a large and diverse class of naturally occurring organic chemicals derived from the 5 carbon compound isoprene and the isoprene polymers called terpenes. Must keep it in mind. This is the difference between the terpenes and terpenoids. What are terpenoids? They are derivatives of terpenes or modified terpenes and sometimes called isoprenoid. Most are multi-cyclic structure with oxygen containing functional group. About 60% of known natural products are terpenoids, although sometimes used interchangeably with terpenes. Terpenoids contain additional functional group, usually containing the oxygen atom. Is it clear? Now the concept about the terpenes, terpenoid, isoprene unit is clear? Okay. Biosynthesis. Now I'm going to discuss little bit. I will give you the brief biosynthesis and you can read in detail. I will provide the link of the research article in the description box. You can download and read about the biosynthesis of the terpenoids. So here I am giving you just a brief introduction. Terpenoids are produced from the universal building blocks isopentenyl diphosphate, IPP. I for this is abbreviated as isopentenyl diphosphate. Is it clear? And the second one is dimethyl allyl diphosphate, DMAPP. First one is what? Terpenoids are produced from the universal building blocks. Number one is isopentenyl diphosphate, and the second one is dimethyl allyl diphosphate. IPP and DMAPP are synthesized through two different biosynthetic pathways. Number one of these, which is known as MEP. MEP is abbreviated for methyl ethyl 4 phosphate. MEP for methyl ethyl 4 phosphate. Occurs in the plastids and supply mostly the substrate for the production of the monoterpenoids, diterpenoids, and the tetraterpenoids. Monoterpenide often present in the essential oil. Diterpen and tetraterpenoids, they are carotenoids. And carotenoids, do you know that you're familiar that they are the accessory pigments and consist of carotene, xanthophyll, the most important pigments in the all the vegetables and fruits, and they are also the source of the vitamin A especially. Mostly all the fruits contain carotenoids. Red fruits, carrot, and many more, watermelon, all plants all contain the carotenoids, and carotenoids are the accessory pigments and help in the capturing of the light during photosynthesis. And they also provide the first capture the light and then transfer it to the chlorophyll and prevent the chlorophyll from decaying. So first pathway is known as MEP, which is methyl ethyl 4 phosphate. Okay. Now the second one is the other pathway, which is known as mevalonate, MVA pathway. Takes place in the cytosol. First one, it takes place in the mitochondria, which is MAP, and then the mevalonate, which is known as MVA. Takes place in the cytosol. The IPP and DMAPP, which are the building block derived from this pathway, are mostly used as a substrate in the production of the sesquiterpenoids and triterpenoids. Sesquiterpenoids and triterpenoids. In addition, there is another pathway which occurs in the mitochondria. So terpenoids can be synthesized in the plastids, in the cytosol, as well as in the mitochondria. So you can see here the three different pathways. I will not give you the detail, but the little bit information about the biosynthesis, and I will provide the research article belonging to this lecture, and you will read from that article in detail. So you can see here, I have also provided you here the NDP, GDP, FTP, abbreviated for first NDP, nearyl diphosphate, then the granular diphosphate, and then the farnesyl diphosphate, FTP. So you can see here MEP pathway, which occurs in the plastid, then in the cytosol, which is the mevalonate, and then in the mitochondria. Is it clear? Okay. Now, what are the plant terpenoids? Plant terpenes have many functions in plant, such as they act as a thermoprotectant. Must keep it in your mind. Terpenoids in plant act as a thermoprotectant. As I have discussed that carotenoids, which are the most important terpenoids, capture the sunlight and provide it and transfer it to the chlorophyll for photosynthesis. So they act as a protectant, protected to the plant. So they are thermoprotectant. Signaling functions, they also play a important role in signal because they have fragrance. They give the plant fragrance. And not limited to pigments, flavoring, and solvents, but also have various medicinal uses. Okay. Now the classification. The classification of the plant terpenoids are monoterpenes, which are obtained from the Quercus species, and fragrance, repellent uses you can see here, and the reference of that article, and cis-terpenes, which is obtained from the Helianthus anus, then the diterpenes, Euphorbia species, Salvia species, and triterpene, which are obtained from the Centella. So you can see here their medical uses too, like wound healing, triterpenes, anti-inflammatory, diterpenes, treat malaria, cis-terpenes. Is it clear? Okay. Terpenoids contribute to the scent of the eucalyptus. Eucalyptus fragrance scent is because of that terpenoids. The flavor of the cinnamon, cloves, ginger, the yellow color in the sunflower, and the red color in the tomato, carrot, and many more. Terpenoids include citral, menthol, camphor, salvinorin A in the plant, like salvia species, the cannabinoids found in the cannabis, and gingolidae and bilobidae found in the ginkgo biloba, and the curcuminoids found in the turmeric and mustard seeds. Just I'm giving you the introduction about all these terpenoids in order to clear the concept. The provitamins beta carotene is a terpene derivative called a carotenoid, which is most important for the formation of the vitamin A. Beta carotene, which is useful for the healthy skin, for for eyesight. So must take all these fruits and vegetables in your diet in order to prevent from many diseases, and they are the rich source of the nutrient for us. Now medical uses. Terpenes have a wide range of medical uses, among which they act as an antiplasmodial. Antiplasmodial means like the drug from the cinchona plant, which is chloroquine, which is used for the what? For malaria. Similarly, monoterpenes specifically are widely used for their antiviral property. They act as an antiplasmodial and they are antiviral. With growing incidence of cancer and diabetes in modern world, terpenes also have the potential to serve as an anti-cancer and anti-diabetic reagent. So as an antiplasmodial, they have an antiviral activity, they have anti-cancer and anti-diabetic properties. Along with these properties, terpenes also allow for flexibility in route of administration and suspensions of side effects. Suppression of the side effects, sorry. Is it clear? Administration and suppressions of the side effects. Okay. Uses in natural folk medicine. Certain terpenes were widely used in natural folk medicines. One such terpene is curcumin, which holds anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, anti-cancer, antiseptic, antiplasmodial, astringent, digestive, diuretic, and many other properties. So these are all the medicinal uses of the terpenoids, and terpenoids are used widely throughout the world in the pharmacy for the synthesis of different medicines, which because of their properties as anti-cancer, antioxidant. If you have no concept about the anti-cancer, antioxidant, must search about all these terms. Okay, now the plant terpenoids. I will discuss in my next lecture steroids in detail. So the steroids and sterol in animals are biologically produced from the terpenoid precursors. Sometimes terpenoids are added to protein, for example, to enhance their attachment to the cell membrane. This is known as isoprenylation. So I will discuss steroids in detail in my next lecture, inshallah. So must watch all my lectures and keep watching all these lectures which are related to the lipids. And I will be back. Thank you very much. Till then, Allah Hafiz.